T-shirt Wednesday.
T-shirt Wednesday. American Nightmare, bro.
Yeah, keep showing it off, okay?
Yeah,
I already admitted you won today. Does that
You
say
like my shirt, bro?
son of a plumber? That's
son of a plumber. That's what it says, right?
yeah, down at the bottom. That's cool.
That's pretty awesome. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I was showing up. I thought I was winning today. Dude. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I got a Stone Cold."
He thought he was gonna be the shit,
bro. Tejas, I'm gonna show up and show him.
You were gonna be the shit. What's up, people? It's your boy JRock in your face, literally. We are back for another episode of Kick Rock's Jabroni Talk with this jabroni right here. This one right here.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh man, we are back, man, and off of Summerslam weekend.
Yeah, a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, you finally showed open a shirt, bro. Look at that, wearing a Stone Cold shirt.
I had to dig it out the closet. You know, the wife let me go through her wardrobe.
Oh, that's the wife's shirt then.
Yeah, she let me borrow it for a
Oh, okay. Good job, wifey. Good job.
It was either the wifey or the sons. Yeah.
Okay. You can still fit in your son shirts, bro?
It's not that I could.
Jeez,
he can finally fit in
on?
my clothes, okay? Just say that correctly.
No.
He can fit into my clothes.
You can't fit in each other's pants because yours are bigger.
Yeah, he wears the same size t-shirt I do.
You say y'all wear the same size t-shirt?
Yeah, we both wear an adult large. Yeah, he's 13.
Oh shit! I would have not been surprised if you would have said a fucking medium. I'm just saying.
No, I haven't.
You look like a medium that fits in a schmedium.
Dude, don't let this
like a schmedium kind of guy.
Don't let this slouch fool you. Okay, this thin face right here leads straight into dad bod.
I was gonna say
straight into dad.
You got a haircut compared to last episode, bro. You look more clean, bro.
I couldn't let you do me up on the hair status.
You were talking about being like 120 soaking wet. Well, now that you cut your hair, you're probably like 105, 110, 105?
112. 112. I had a little bit less hair than I thought I did this time around. You know, old age and all. It's thinning.
Is that what's going on? Mm-hmm. Hey, man, so we got a lot of good feedback from our last episode. A lot of people were talking about, Remy on wheels and all that good stuff. And appreciate you sharing that with us, man. It really let us get to know who your jabroni ass is. So.
Yeah, it's nice to share every once in a while. Yeah. Some things personal, not too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't share too much personal and all that good stuff. Yeah. We're here to have fun with wrestling anyway, so.
Oh, yeah, it was a blast last week.
Heck yeah. Dude, I'm wearing American Nightmare. He said he was a little jelly of my shirt, guys.
I'm not jelly, because you're the jelly in this sandwich right now. I'm peanut butter all day right now.
Jelly in the sandwich.
Hey, you get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what's the better tasting part? The jelly. Okay? We all know this. It's a fact, right? The jelly's the better part of a PB&J. It just is. I can't be jelly of you because then I'd be better than you at that point in time. And right now, your t-shirt game's beating me, so I'm the peanut butter.
I'd have to debate that. I kind of like the peanut butter better.
What?
Yeah, you ever just got a scoop of peanut butter and just...
No, I'm not an animal. What? I'm a human being. I walk around on 2 feet and I eat a normal peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It's because I'm a beast. That's why. I'm a beast.
Sure.
Anyway, come on, man. Anyway, what were we saying? How do you make a BLT? He was telling us how to make a BLT, people.
So, proper way
let's hear the proper way to make a BLT.
Okay, first off, you get your bacon.
Okay.
Solid 6 slices, minimum 6 slices of bacon. That's what you start with, 6. Okay. That's your B. Okay, now we get to the L, which means you put a lot more bacon. Okay, so like another 8 strips of bacon. So that's your lot of bacon. So there's your BL. Then your T, this is where you top it off, because you top it off with more bacon. BLT. Best BLT you ever make.
BLT, so it's bacon.
Lots more bacon.
And
then top it off with bacon.
Top it off with bacon.
You got your BLT.
Well, I won't be here after that sandwich. I definitely have a heart attack after that.
That right there, dude, yeah. I mean,
hell no, bro.
That's sandwich you eat once. Okay,
what's up with you and the sandwiches right now?
Dude, I'm always hungry.
You like a tuna sandwich?
I like tuna sandwiches. Yeah. Depending on where you get it from. Firehouse.
No, dude.
Yes.
I used to work for a place that made sandwiches, and they had people were coming by the tuna. Don't get me wrong, it was fresh, but it just looked like shit all the time.
Ugh.
You make that shit at home, bro. And do you like tuna with mustard or mayo? For you to think about it, you were a sick human being right now.
Both.
You are a sick human being.
I'll eat it either way, honestly.
talking about tuna, right?
Yeah, I just like tuna sandwiches. So mayonnaise or mustard. I'll eat either way. Prefer mayonnaise.
Dude, I've never tried tuna with mustard, bro. That just sounds horrible.
It's got a different taste. It's tangy.
I love mustard on a lot of things, but not that.
It's definitely tangy. It's an acquired taste.
I do like mustard on a lot
I think
of
it's a white thing.
It sounds like a white thing.
That's like our barbecue. We got
not racist at all, people, by the way, but that does sound like a white thing.
Dude, that's the only way I can think to describe it.
Hey, Grandpa, pass me the mustard. Why did I even make that voice? That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, racist. So I mentioned color. He pulls out a full-blown accent over here. Yeah.
Oh man,
I'd say something back, but I'm better than that.
Okay, how are you now?
Yeah. Let me sit a little straighter here.
All right, guys. So we got to witness some SummerSlam this past weekend, man, and I thought it was a good show. So I want to start off overall. Overall, I would give the show I'd probably give the show a 9.1, to be honest with you.
I was going to say 9.2.
Yeah, 9.1. It started off pretty good. Remember we talked about this, I knew Logan was going to start because he wanted to get to Dallas. And we had our watch party at Double Shots. So shout out Double Shots again for letting us have our party. And where am I at? Boom, there's our logo right there. So shout out to Double Shots for letting us come out and do the watch party. But anyway, we were out there, man, and I knew they were going to start with that. They had a killer match.
It was very solid.
I've when I go through some of these pay-per-views, especially now since we're doing the show, that was one of the matches that I had to go back and watch twice. So we watched it in the bar with everybody, had good response. Watched it at home and kind of just, me and us watching wrestling, kind of studied it a little bit. I really enjoyed it. Logan Paul did good.
So for me, their match, exactly, I'm going to agree with you on that. So it's like whenever I go back and I watch the old episodes of like Raw and SmackDown and older pay-per-views, I'll skip through certain matches because, I watched them at the point because it was on the card. But it wasn't like anything happened in that match that was memorable. It's where I was like, I want to watch the match again. Logan Paul and Ricochet, that's instantly... I know if I ever go back and we watch that SummerSlam, I'm going to watch the opening match.
Yeah. That was a good match, man. I felt like they came out strong. They did some good moves. It looks like they tried to do that backflip outside the ring and didn't. It looked like they had a little trouble with it, but
a little bit of a botch.
Loved how they kept it going. But man, just overall, that match did well. Great opener. That's what you want for an opener.
Oh yeah, if you're grading that match alone, that match was a 9.9.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah,
really?
If you're grading that match alone,
okay.
9 point.
I would have never thought that'd come out of Remy's mouth, dude. I really didn't think that'd come out of his mouth.
Cleanest finish you can ask for.
Okay,
like a dirty finish, yes. But just the way it all came about, the surprise, the twist, how they all executed it, how Paul executed it, Ricochet took it, the facial reaction from Ricochet's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
All of it. The rest of the card.
Logan Paul said, say my name again, say it again.
Yeah.
She didn't say it, but it was still good.
Yeah,
that was a good match.
Yeah, clean finish. So for me, that was probably the match on the card. Cleanest finish on the card. Biggest shock for me too as well. Yeah, like all the way through.
That was good. I knew they were gonna have to create it somehow for Logan to cheat that way or do something. I didn't been weird to have a clean finish, but that was good. That was a good way to get things rolling for him. His first win, by the way.
Yes.
So it was funny because before the show started, I was at the show and I'm at the watch party, and I was yelling out that one of the Logan Paul brothers was gonna win tonight, maybe even two. And 2-1 that night. So anyway,
sadly 2-1.
Sadly,
it wasn't even a fight, man. Like no disrespect to Diaz at all, because he can whoop me every day of the week, twice on Sunday with his eyes closed, one hand tied behind his back with a broken ankle.
Yeah,
but no offense to him, but he didn't fight that fight. He did not fight that fight. He went out and he played around and got paid. What, $500,000?
Probably even more, man. Who knows?
Yeah, but just the purse was $500,000, I think, is what was announced, to go out there and play. He played with Paul the whole time. So for Paul to be all like, oh, yeah, I embarrassed him. No, dude, he went out and he embarrassed himself.
I don't know. I think you got to show up. And I heard the whole reason why he wanted to fight Jake was because Nate thought that Logan was going to be too easy of a fight. And I agree on that. But I think Jake looks like a boxer, man. I mean, he's starting to look better. I've seen every one of his fights, by the way. But I just think he might be. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say he beat Nate Diaz like he whooped his ass.
Because what's Paul's record? Was it 4-1?
What, Logan Paul?
Yeah, 4-1, right?
He's like 0-2 or something.
No, it's the boxing Paul.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 7-1.
Yeah, and his one loss is against Tyson Fury, right?
Yeah, a real boxer.
Yeah. So, and that's the only real boxer he's fought.
Yeah, I think he's 7-1 and 8-1. So somebody might be correct on that.
Either way, the point is that his loss is the only time he's fought a real boxer.
Correct. I mean, I understand that. But you're
players,
so this
UFC
is
fighters.
This is a thing that I also like. If you take away him being a YouTuber and him just being a guy that's going out there fighting these top guys, these elite
but he's not
guys
fighting top guys
that were UFC, these guys know how to defend each other. You can't just go and fight them; they're gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah,
like you said, a broken leg, a broken ankle, whatever.
Are they trained? Yes, but are they trained boxers?
No. But again, hold on. But you're a trained.
But they're not elites in boxing.
No, and neither is Jake Paul.
No, but you just said he's out there fighting.
But he's getting he's getting better at it. He's looking more like a boxer.
Yeah, getting better at fighting ex-UFC washed up guys. Yeah.
Okay, so again, I think give him a chance. I think don't get me wrong. I want him to fight more boxers too. I'm a big boxing fan.
Yeah. If he starts beating like real boxers, like on a real level.
Correct. I'll give him more props.
I'll give him props and give him credit.
But compared to what he's doing right now specifically, what he's doing right now, I will give him props that he's getting better at it.
I'll give him props for getting in the ring and doing it.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you gotta have balls to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone and I've trained at a jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah,
and those guys that take that shit serious,
they will fuck you up.
They'll hurt you so quick.
Yeah, they will jack you up,
so quick, and they won't even mean to either. They're just
doing
going with their emotions.
This is what they've been learning this whole time. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I give it to him.
Yeah,
like,
give him props for getting in the ring. I mean, he fought a Diaz brother. I'd never do that. So like for that, yeah, he gets my props. But until he fights more legit boxers.
No, don't get me wrong, for sure. I will give him even more props when he does do that. But I think right now, for where he's at, he does need to fight more boxers. I think he's gonna fight KSI, all this stuff. But dude, this type of boxing has gotten to a point where anybody can just go do this boxing thing now and make good money off of it.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna roll with it for a while, but I mean, don't be careful, Jake, because you're out here saying that you want to be a champion in 2024. Like, you better start. Dude, you better really start. You better really start getting some.
Didn't he tell his brother that?
Yeah. So
his brother told him, it's never going to happen.
I saw a couple clips of so Logan tends to have Jake on after every fight pretty much.
Yeah, it's brother.
And Jake Logan was being salty, bro. I didn't like that. He was being super salty.
Did you see the clip of like when they're announcing his brother winning, the look that's on his face?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh,
Logan?
Dude. Yeah, I mean, if you can picture just the most disgusted look. Like, just think of the worst person that you could ever want to like be sitting next to anywhere at an event,
he's so jelly,
and have them win something. The look you would give that person was the look he gave his own brother. It was just one of those like side eyes, like, okay, whatever. It's all like, dude, you just left WWE. Like, no offense to WWE, but you just left a scripted match that you won. Your brother actually came out here, and whether Diaz gave it 100 or not, like. He got in here and actually won something that's not scripted.
Yeah. Hopefully not, but yeah.
And again, no offense to WWE.
No, absolutely. And I think, I just think Logan's being really salty right now, and that's horrible, bro.
Oh yeah.
And I hope that when I found those guys on YouTube, I was a big fan of Logan. Just all the shit he was doing, was just funny. I thought he was just hilarious.
I hated all of it.
Hated Jake, bro, and it's starting to switch because. You got to give a guy props. He's been working hard at this for every day for, I don't know, what is it, like 4 or 5 years now?
4 going on 5 years now?
Yeah, I saw the Netflix special, by the way. You got to watch that, The Untold, bro. It was again, you're one of those guys that are talking about it. Look and see what he's doing. Give him a chance. Hour and 12 minutes. Give him a chance. I mean, yeah.
Ooh, an hour and 12
72
minutes of my
like
life? That's valuable. Sir. That's like 14 and change.
I like how but this is what happens.
Like
you get
$14 and
you get
change, bro.
jabronis like us sitting here, end up talking about this guy, and
that's how he gets more famous.
That's how he's getting fucking more famous. There you go, man.
Hate the dude, but I'm gonna talk about.
Go
him
check out his Netflix. And speaking
about.
of that too, Johnny Manziel's Untold Story came out. That was hilarious. That was a good one too. But anyway, going back to SummerSlam, they second match, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Did not expect that. I thought it'd be more mid card, but coming out second, I thought that was pretty cool. I expect Cody to win. I expect him to get.
Well, we talked about it. Remember, if he didn't win, it's kind of what was the pushback for when you brought him back? Like, why did you give such a push them drop so far? So he had to get the win at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I felt like that had to happen too, but I was
Brock going off script.
Wasn't exactly that. I was not expecting the handshake. That's something that might be told to us later on in the years, but it was cool to see that happen.
Oh yeah,
and I think it
respect.
is. I've been reading a lot of the dirt sheets, and they're saying that LeBron. What the hell? Brock Lesnar is going to. He's going to be retiring soon, man.
Yeah.
So it's that's going to be crazy. It's good to see his last. Maybe if this is his last run. I mean, we're not going to see him until Royal Rumble, WrestleMania time. Yeah. But
I don't think we see Brock for a while.
Yeah, he needs to be.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it, dude. Up in the years, he's been doing this for what, 22, 21 years?
I was looking at that the other day. Yeah.
And he's got that stomach issue, which
diverticulitis.
Yeah, which got him out of the UFC, which got him out of WWE for a while. I mean, we have no idea what kind of lasting effects.
How long did that go? I was thinking about that the other day because I just had my surgery last October, and I'm barely starting to feel better, man.
He was out, I want to say, like 18 months.
Was it that long?
Yeah, I got to double check, but I want to say it was like 18 months. He was gone, bro. It felt like
I think he might, dude. If I'm correct,
can you look that up?
I don't know. He might have even got into UFC fight sooner than that too. So
how long was Brock Lesnar out from diverticulitis?
She's like, how do you spell diverticulitis?
We got our fact checker on this.
We're gonna check this out. Boom. Hell yeah.
Quick.
But yeah, for him to go out like that, man, at least for right now, and to I guess you can say, did he pass the torch in a way? Would you call that passing the torch?
That's how I took the handshake. I took that as Brock Lesnar stepping out of the way of the title run and giving it to Cody, and pretty much just giving him reins on what he's going to do next, where he's going to go. And I feel like it's the title run. It needs to be the title run. My only thing, personal, is I just hope it's not after Seth Rollins.
Why? What do you mean by that? Like, Seth taking it off of Seth?
I would rather see Cody take the belt off of Roman.
I don't know if that'll happen.
I would prefer that.
That would want. Yeah, I mean, you would want. I mean, I wanted that as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't specify specifically, but he was out in 2009, and then he came back in 2011.
So just about 2 years.
So, and that was in the UFC or WWE, or just after?
It goes on. It says UFC 151 against Alistair.
150. See, he did come back for one UFC fight, if I was correct.
Yeah, and he got hit in the stomach and went pretty much almost
He was pretty
down.
much done, right?
Yeah.
And that shit, dude, I'm telling you, man, that is no joke, bro. It took me out. I lost I'm not even lying. I think I lost like almost 50, 60 pounds after, bro.
How much of your colon did they take out? Because they took out a foot of his.
A foot of his? I think mine wasn't a full foot. Yeah, the doctor literally goes like this long.
So about 8 inches.
Yeah,
6 to 8 inches.
He straight up told me the size of your face is what I'm taking out, and I was like, dang, all right, let's go.
Dude, for him to go through that and come back,
dude, fuck
and
that.
wrestle the matches he wrestled, take on like the types of matches he did, and the physicality that he wrestles at too. Yeah. Amazing. He's a freak.
I remember before the surgery was about to happen, because I got sick at first. I was like, dude, I don't want to go through this shit, and I want to just lose some weight, and I want to get back in the ring for one last time.
Yeah.
Dude, then they hit me and it happened. I was just like, oh, I'm never going to get back in the ring. Never going to be able to try it again. But, I mean, it's so crazy. Again, this happened last October. I had my surgery. And we're August, man. You know, we're
still
2
recovering.
months and still recovering. And it's weird how it feels sometimes. So I can't even imagine. I mean, you know, even as I eat, I mean, I feel my food every day going through. Like, I don't know if everybody else is that normal for everybody, but you feel it, you know. And there was times where, you know, there's days where I don't feel good. 2 days ago, I didn't feel good. You know what I mean? And can imagine getting punched in the freaking stomach, dude. Screw that shit, dude.
No, I'm good on.
But anyway, well, that match was awesome. Let's zoom through. We had the
LA Knight winning the.
Well, that was the Battle Royal. Remember we talked about that was going to be the Battle Royal. It wasn't too bad. It felt like, again, there had to be something that LA Knight needed to win.
Yeah.
Who was last? Do you remember? It was him and somebody else. Obviously, him and somebody else. Man, I don't remember who the last guy was.
See, this was the problem I knew I was going to have.
Right? Whenever you're just going back to it.
Well, it's that the match just wasn't memorable, you
know?
know?
I know. Again, you kind of get those.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I wasn't too excited about the triple threat match. I knew that match wasn't going to be...
Oh, I knew you were right on the LA Knight winning the Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah.
When it got down to like the final 6, 7, I think it was, and he was still in there.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw the lineup that was left, I was like, oh, man, JRock called it.
Yeah, I knew it, man.
He called it.
And for a second there, man, again, it doesn't hit me, but there was somebody else that I was thinking is going to maybe could have won it other than him. And
that was Sheamus, wasn't it?
I was going to be pissed. No, it was somebody else.
Are you sure it was Sheamus? Him and Sheamus weren't the last two?
No. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the Friday night. I didn't get to see that. You know. Nah. But anyway, so I'm glad he won it. He's got a push now. I don't know if he won anything towards that. They didn't say anything on Raw.
No. I watched Raw too. I mean, he got announced that he won it.
Yeah, but he doesn't get a... And then Chad, which I'm very happy for. Chad Gable won though.
If I look into it... If I look into it this way, it's the reasoning why Miz would invite him on Miz TV.
Yeah.
That set up their segment, was him winning the Battle Royal.
Okay.
Because didn't LA Knight eliminate the Miz?
Maybe that was it too.
I'm pretty sure he eliminated the Miz.
Right?
So storyline purpose would be my guess is the point of.
I like this. I was about to bring that up after, but like I like that him and the Miz battled it out a little bit on promos.
Oh yeah.
I hope none of that was written because it needs to start showing whether LA can really do that or not in this type of.
I don't think.
And
I
think that's why they're testing them.
You know? I don't think it was written. I felt like that was one of LA's better promos. Yeah. He had that little hiccup when he was going to talk about the toilet, but he caught it real quick, recovered, didn't let it show.
Yeah.
That alone makes me think that was unscripted, that they got to go out and cut a promo, and you put LA Knight in there with, I mean, I hate The Miz, but at the same time, one of the best promo artists. He can give you so much emotion that it's, for some guys, it's overwhelming and hard to keep up. I think LA Knight held his own. Yeah,
I think so too. And Miz got emotional too, like you said. And
oh, yeah.
He got in there and really busted that promo. So I really think that's something that's going to, you know, we got Payback that's next. So maybe that's something that they'll do, you know, at the Payback pay-per-view.
That'll be a good 3-4 month feud right there.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Be good stuff.
Easily 3-4.
Yeah. And they can both be creative, you know. I was just watching this thing on TikTok how, I think it was on WWE 24. Might be correct. I mean, I might be wrong, but they had this documentary about the Miz and how he got in his match. He had a concussion because that's when Cena tackled him over the barricade.
Hit
his head. Yeah, man. So anyway, other than that, I've always liked the Miz, and I think that'd be a good feud for them. So it'd be good to see.
So follow me on this. LA Knight wins the feud with the Miz, right?
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Gable winning the shot for the Intercontinental title, #1 contendership.
He won that on Monday, correct?
Yeah, he wins that on Monday. Mm-hmm. I love that Gable won.
Yeah, I like Gable.
Please let Gable be the one to get the Intercontinental title. Ooh. And let Gable and LA Knight feud for the Intercontinental title.
That might be a good one.
I would love to see that storyline play out.
I would love to see. That actually makes sense, too, if you want to get Gable taking it off of Gunther's.
Yeah, and then send Gunther after, Seth or whatever. Mm-hmm.
That might be a good one. I actually like that.
It pushes.
I like Chad. He deserves it, man. To bring as creative as he's been and as the way he's putting out his character, he deserves it, I think. And the things that he can do in the ring, bro. The way he picked up. Shoot. Doesn't he have a whistle too?
Yeah, he'll come out with the whistle sometimes.
Jabroni's with the whistle now.
Yeah. Gable saw a video of me. He loved it, and that's just his way paying tribute. Chad Gable, you're watching? Right back at you.
All right.
2 times.
And then, obviously we know who the Intercontinental title was on the championship was on the line, right? Or wasn't that against Drew McIntyre or no? Or is I off on that one?
I think you're off on that.
I am off on that one, right? None of them was on the line then. The United States wasn't. Okay.
Nope.
The triple threat again. I just was not a fan of. I'm not gonna lie. Did not. I kind of already saw. There was a couple good spots. Don't get me wrong. I like the
Shinsuke
figure
heel turn.
Yeah, but
predictable.
I don't know. I just didn't like the match.
Predictable.
I don't like the match. So anyway,
almost as bad as the main event for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Now what is that? Who was before main event? Oh, that was them, and then before that was Seth and Finn Balor.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of old school stuff. You saw he wore the same outfit from when he first faced Finn, right?
Yes.
There was a lot of fighters there. When he first faced Finn Balor, dude, that was a lot there. When he first faced Finn Balor.
When he first faced Finn Balor. Say that 3 times fast, man. Susie took the Sally down by the t-shirt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, when he first faced Finn, when he
first faced Finn
Balor, jeez, he wore the same outfit, colors, and all that good stuff. So it's kind of cool to see him do that, get in his head, and did not. Again, I expected that to keep it. It's really cool what they're doing with the Money in the Bank. Judgment Day's not breaking up in a way, so.
They're setting up for Priest to go on his own.
Yeah, that was a good match though. A lot of good spots. A lot of the toss. What do they call that? The throwing powerbomb. What do they call that?
When he throws him in the corner.
Yeah, because
turnbuckle powerbomb.
The turnbuckle. Yeah, and then he threw his ass at the barricades too, man. So a lot of big spots, man. It's surprising me because I know Seth has had a lot of knee problems, and I get worried every time he's fucking wrestling. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah.
Because dude, he in other interviews, he said that he's always sore from his knees and stuff. It's like, dude, you better be careful with that bad boy. Because that's 2 already, right? He's already at 2?
Mm-hmm. Hey, people don't really understand the wear and tear it puts on their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are like, oh, it's scripted. He knows what's going to happen. Like, okay, well, tell you what, dude. Stand up, put your hands behind your back. Count down from 3. Whenever you say 1, I'm going to punch you. Okay? But it's not going to hurt because we just scripted it for you. We just told you what's going to happen. Stand up, put your hands behind your back, let your buddy just smack the fucking shit out of you, and then tell him it doesn't hurt because y'all scripted it. Y'all know what's coming.
That is a good one, bro. That's a good one. I like that one.
It makes me so mad when people say wrestling is fake.
Yeah.
Like, just because we know the outcome. And sometimes we don't know the outcome.
We don't.
You don't. The ref might know, but most of the time, good 60-70% of the time, you don't know sometimes.
That is a really good point right there. I was explaining that to my godson because we went and watched NXT in Cedar Park, and he was like asking me that. He goes, how do you know? I was like, sometimes they know when they come out. Sometimes they know when they get to the ring. Sometimes they know as they're going through the match when a certain spot hits. And that's why you'll see some of these guys literally break down, and because they don't even know that it's happening when they win a championship, or sometimes they don't know that they're winning because of
perfect example, Paige. When Paige debuted on in WWE.
Oh, against AJ Lee.
Yeah, against AJ Lee. She didn't know she was winning the title.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
she didn't have no idea?
Watch that?
No, I'd never seen that.
Oh, dude, you watch. Babe, what was that wrestling movie called about Paige?
Oh, The Rock produced it.
Yeah, so if you watch that, the, I believe it's in the extras on that, and I believe it's even just out on YouTube where she talks about it.
Oh.
She didn't know going into the ring that she was winning the belt.
She just knew what she was going to pull off and do. And
yeah.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. I just learned something new today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not the first time WWE's had a title change that way.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely not. I mean, there's been many. Fighting with my family.
Great movie. You haven't seen it, watch it. Fighting with My Family.
It's about Paige and her going up in the business, right?
Yeah. Oh, they could have like sold that movie to me without even telling me it was about Paige.
Really?
Like, it was a good, like, say Paige was not a WWE figure and this was just a movie that got put out by WWE, I would have watched it, loved it, and still bought it.
Nice.
It was a damn good movie.
They did good.
The fact that it's based on a true story just makes it even better.
That's true. Well, yeah, I mean, I saw it too. That's a good movie. I didn't know that they released that on there, though. Yeah. Maybe I missed that. So.
But yeah, so Seth winning, I saw it coming. I wanted Finn, but I figured Seth would win just because it's kind of with the route WWE's doing right now with titles, it would be a short run.
I mean, how long do you keep it on him, though? I want to see some excitement. That's what I saw the other day was like, it was one year when Kurt Angle held the belt, Undertaker, Chris Jericho, The Rock, Stone Cold, I think Triple H. There was like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah, and just the one
title change. Big Show. Yeah, it was just one long storyline, but like every 2 to 3 months, not even some of them were changing.
You go back to the Rock and Mankind, the feud they had.
Mm-hmm.
What, Mankind won the belt twice during that little stint that they had, right?
Yeah. No, once, because he's only held it once.
Oh, yeah, he won it once.
He won on that Monday Night Raw, remember?
Yeah, that's right. So Rock wins it, loses it to Mankind, wins it back from Mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd Rock lose it to after that? Because I know he got it back like not much longer.
I wouldn't doubt if it was like a Stone Cold or a Triple H.
Oh, yeah. I mean, back then, though, they would have, 2 weeks.
And I think, so do you think that's what made those guys was being able to move the belt like that?
Oh, yeah, because they didn't have to have the belt on them to be in the spotlight. I mean, that's my biggest problem with Roman Reigns.
I was about to say, do you feel like that's being ruined right now? Because, I mean, 3 years already?
This is why I said last week, it has diminished not that it diminished their talent, but it diminished the market for these other guys, the other wrestlers that are in WWE right now, to have them get this quote-unquote smashed by Roman Reigns for so long, to where like, okay, so nobody can beat him, so everybody's just second rate right now. Like, I get they're trying to push him as the powerhouse, he's the champion, longest reigning, blah, 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 whatever. But you take guys like Finn Balor, who got one shot at Roman, and then out. Okay, now he's nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, now what do you do with Balor? What's going to be legitimate for him? Like, okay, who can he beat that now I'm going to believe he can beat? Because everybody's just getting smashed by Roman. It's just, keeping it on this long was just, I don't think was a good decision. I really don't. I feel like the wrestlers, the ones I loved from the 90s going into the 2000s, they didn't have to have the belt to be relevant and to main event Raw.
But I think they got there because they did hold the belt, though, for some... Well, you look like a Mick Foley. Obviously, when you're getting thrown off of shit and flying on the shit, that's a little something different.
Rock was big before he ever won the WWE title. When he was feuding with Stone Cold over the Intercontinental title, look how huge he was. Same thing for Stone Cold. They're battling for the Intercontinental title.
Touche.
And people are tuning in more for that. And at the time that they're feuding for the Intercontinental title, I'm going to challenge you right now. I got a trivia question for you. When The Rock and Stone Cold were feuding for the Intercontinental title, and we'll put a specific time when The Rock threw it off the Manhattan Bridge or whatever bridge it was he threw the Intercontinental title off of. Who was the WWE champion and who were they feuding with at that time?
I thought it was the Stone Cold Championship belt he threw off the
Intercontinental belt.
So he threw the Intercontinental belt too? Because I thought he threw the Smoking Skull belt off.
Was it the Smoking Skull belt? I thought it was the Intercontinental with the snake skin.
No, that's the WWF. That was the WWF champion at the time.
Okay, well, whichever. Okay, go back to Intercontinental title run.
So when he threw it off, did he throw it off then?
I think so.
Let's find out.
Yeah, Google that.
Okay, let's Google that real quick.
Give that a quick joogle.
Give that a wait, what?
That's a JRock Google. A joogle.
He threw him off a bridge.
Yeah. I remember that was dumb.
Oh, it was the Intercontinental title.
I knew it. So who was feuding, without looking it up.
I'm not going to look it up.
Who was the WWE champion at the time and who were they feuding with? Can you tell me? No, you can't. Can you?
I can't
Why?
tell you.
Because the
Stone Cold threw the Rock's Intercontinental title.
That's what it was.
Okay. At that time, it had to have been Triple H and maybe Undertaker. Do you know?
I want to say it was Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. It was Shawn Michaels or
Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Yeah, I want to say
it probably was at that time.
Yeah, it was one. It was I think it was either Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. I got to check it again, but I'm pretty sure it was Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. But the point is that's not what you think of when you think of that time era, that little frame. You think of the Intercontinental title, and you think of Stone Cold and The Rock, and they're not main eventing Raw.
Okay.
All right, they're not main eventing the pay-per-views, but that was more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And
so.
Which one of those wrestlers was on a 1.5-year title run that got them big and known?
None of them.
They weren't.
I don't even remember there ever being.
You didn't even have the title for a full year. There was none of this WrestleMania to WrestleMania.
I don't think there was anybody back then that got to hold the belt that long. I don't ever remember them being like, "Oh, he held it that long," or "He's been the longest reigning." They're doing that now all over again, but it's
started with the New Day and the Tag Team Championship when they started keeping count.
Yeah, that is true.
And then all of a sudden it was longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, longest reigning United States Champion, longest reigning Tag Champions, longest reigning WWE Champion.
Yeah, I think it's hurting some of the talent, and I think that's kind of hurt you. I mean, I know it's the most gross numbers. Roman did well. You've done well, bro. And he's gonna get his time off for a year or two. Just watch.
Oh yeah.
But and then he's gonna come back only for WrestleManias. But at the end of the day, when he's gone, what have you built in between that? And I think that's what they're worried about right now.
And that's what I'm talking about. You diminished the other wrestlers. When he leaves, who can convincingly now take over and hold the reins, so to speak, for any amount of time. That's going to be believable.
You do got some good feuds, though, when if you would take it out. You got Sammy versus Seth. You got Sammy versus maybe Finn,
We eventually know we're going to get Sammy versus KO again.
Think so?
Oh, guaranteed. Within the next year.
He's not retired?
Kevin Owens? No.
No, I don't think he's
right
retiring.
Yeah, he's laid up right now. I think he comes back from this hurt thing, and watch, I guarantee you. He's going to come back from this hurt thing. It's going to be this big old save the day with fucking Sami Zayn. And within 2 weeks, if not when he comes back, is when the turn's going to happen.
Did you see Sammy's elbow?
The little bump?
Looks like the John Cena's elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, man.
That's just my guess.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of guys you can have step up, and I want to see where this goes. But I'm not saying that I want Roman to leave already, but I do want the title off of him soon.
Speaking of that, the main event.
Yeah, so
Summerslam.
I like the match. It was a good match. Jay put on a good man. Just the way Jay came out, bro.
Energy.
I thought he was gonna win it. I felt like he was just so. It's everything. The way he came out with his.
The energy that he was portraying was telling you, oh, shit, are they they're gonna do that?
When he had the crowd just, going too, I was okay.
Crowd was in it, and then there was, someone backstage was like, hey, what's the dumbest thing we can do? Let's send out Jimmy to screw over Jay. And then when we go back and we recap it on Raw, we'll start how Jimmy was the one who first super kicked Roman. So it makes super sense that he's the one to come in and interrupt his brother. And then they're going to play the stupid angle of he was jealous the whole time. Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, all over again. Give me a break.
Yeah, whenever I knew somebody was going to help him. Of course, this is what we've been seeing this whole time. And one of the other guys was like, what do you mean he doesn't wrestle that much? Exactly. Every time we fucking wrestle, this happens. Anyway, I wanted it to be somebody else, but I kind of felt like once I pulled it, I was like, oh, no, Jimmy.
As soon as I saw
you got a brother named Jimmy.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
Yeah, Jay's like, yeah, I got a brother named Jimmy. Dude, yeah, when he was there,
Uncle
when
Joe.
he popped up, I was like, man, this is dumb.
Before he pulled the hoodie off, I knew who it was.
Yeah, and
if you didn't know who it was,
I'm seeing a lot of people upset online. Like, this is dumb. Like, this is getting boring. Like, why we just need to see something different.
So played out. They say they
see.
give the fans what they want. No, they don't. They think they're doing what's best for business. No, what you're doing right now is giving Roman a give
freaking
me.
pissed. Look at this guy's
best
mad.
for business. It's not the best for business. You're sucking Roman's dick for whatever reason. I mean, hell, you had to team him up with Paul Heyman to teach him some mic skills, okay? And then even then, this isn't Romo cutting clear cut, or I mean, not Romo. This isn't Reigns cutting clear cut promos here. This is him cutting a promo that was fed to him.
So you don't think this is him now? You think this is still get people writing his promos?
His promos do not come off as this is top of the dome. We've seen when Roman's going top of the dome, okay? We've seen it. Cena obliterated him. Whenever he told him, go ahead, take a minute. It'll come to you. It's called a promo, son. Yeah, and he still hasn't gotten better.
I think he's good now.
The whole, acknowledge me. What? Give me a break, dude. New Orleans, acknowledge. Come to Texas, bitch. Tell us to acknowledge you. Find out, okay? We call that fuck
as
around.
much as I kind of hate everything that's going on, you still see people putting up the one. You still people cheering him on.
Did Roman start the ones, or was that the Usos?
The Usos. Well, I mean, it was kind of they both kind of brought that in together.
So you give Roman Reigns Paul Heyman, right? That wasn't enough. Bring him his cousins. Give him a faction, because Roman alone is not going to be able to hold the title for this long, and fans aren't going to stay with it. Who's a fan hot right now? Usos happens to be his cousin. That just
but then you brought in Sammy
line.
For almost 8 to 9 months of this, a year.
That was the best part of the bloodline was Sami Zayn.
Hell yeah, everybody knew that too, man.
They gave him so they give him the Usos, right? They give him Solo.
Can you pass my water, please, Lord? It's right. It's on the floor right there.
So they give him
it's on the
Solo.
Floor.
They give him
in the green jug.
The Usos, which brings out the day ones, which one finger's in the air. You bring him Solo, so then he's got the enforcer, the four horsemen type, if you will, and then they're dying out. The people before they got Sammy were already getting fed up with the bloodline. They were getting bored with it. It was getting redundant. What do? You give him Sami Zayn. It's amazing. That was genius. That was the best part of the bloodline. When Sami Zayn left, bloodline should have been over like that.
Dude, every time we would see that shit, and with my dad, he'd be like, look at Scotty, look at Scotty. And like my dad would like, so like when you're like, he would say something in Spanish, and he goes, mira, watch that, Scotty.
You know why that's so damn funny? You remember Nancy? Silla's mom?
Yeah, of course. That's my family.
Same thing.
That's my family.
Felipe? Same thing, dude. He was all Sami Zayn. He's all like, Scotty? And I'm not going to lie. When I see Sami Zayn and I see Scotty, I'm just all like, bro, you don't got to try and copy him that hard. You don't got to try and twin him. Like, love you, Scotty, but yeah.
Scotty was... Scotty, I love you, but I'm about to make fun of you a little bit. He was just like, he just didn't give a fuck one show.
No.
Like, what I mean by that, like his appearance and his hair was all over the place. So when I saw him that day, I kind of didn't forget that. And then when Sammy would come out, remember Sammy didn't care. His hair everywhere.
Dancing.
It just reminded me of Scotty, bro. I couldn't stop laughing, dude. And then like the next weekend, I think this is the week after they did the whole Uzi thing, and I go to my dad and
you're not being real Uzi.
Yeah, my dad was there, and he was just like, "Did you see wrestling the Uzi Sammy, the Scotty?" So anyway, I'll put a picture of Scotty there. Well, that missed it last week. He does look like Sammy.
Dude, you got to put up look right here. Give me Sammy's face. Put your hand up.
Okay, right here.
Okay, there's Scotty's.
And there's Scotty's face.
Boom. Tell me they don't look alike.
Right? They look exactly alike. Look at this.
Scotty's probably gonna take that as a compliment. Honestly,
yeah, he probably will. That boy will run with anything.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's funny. So I was talking about. I told Remy earlier was. I was trying to like think about some old school BBW times that we can think about, and we're probably gonna end with this, but it was crazy. We had a show one evening at River City Range back in the day. It used to be this Crocodile Gap, however you might remember this, and there was a putting, putt in the front.
Volleyball course.
They had volleyball course. They had the range where you can hit your golf balls. We used to put the ring on top of the range, and actually one of the photos we shared it last episode. It was you, my brother,
Scotty.
JP Ruin, and Scotty.
Yeah.
And anyway, we were having a show there, and it was starting to. We knew it was gonna rain. We just didn't know how bad it was gonna get. We saw it was gonna be thunderstorms, whatever. We're like, let's just get the show going. Fuck it,
Oh yeah.
So that show was a back to school show, and the reason why I bring it up because it was in August, whatever, just like we are right now. And the main match that was promoted was supposed to be myself versus my brother in a Falls Anywhere or something like that, or I don't know if it was like a table or something match.
I thought it was a Flaming Tables.
Well, that's how it ends. That's how we ended the match, But I remember it was, I have pictures of this. Me and my brother in the ring, and it's lightning behind us. Shout out to Spider Photography. I don't know if he's still doing his thing with video photography today, but he got some badass photos that hopefully I'm showing right here. And it was us wrestling, man, in Thunder. But we had to cut that show pretty much in half. Because it was thunderstorming, right?
Yeah.
So we go straight to me and my brother. So we cut out at least 2-3 matches, and
I remember that. Okay, yeah.
Guess what? One of the matches was cut.
Scotty's match got cut.
He got pissed.
And you don't cut Scotty.
You don't cut Scotty. He's like, we'll go on right now. When it's done, then y'all can go on. I'm like, bro, it was the match that was promoted. People are already leaving. Like, let us just do the match. Your match wasn't even promoted. You're fighting Ghetto Dream. Like, your match was, and nothing against Ghetto, but like,
yeah.
Your match was not promoted. Yeah, our match was promoted, bro.
From the business side, which Scotty didn't want to look at, you did the right call. You do the promoted fight. Yeah. If you only have time for one match, say you had 7 scheduled fights, but yours in Majestic Kings on the flyer, it's on the card.
Yeah, it's on the cards, on the flyer.
It's on the social media pages. It's the one that everybody's seen. So you got to assume the majority of your base out there is for that match. So you give them the match they came for. Mm-hmm. It isn't, we'll put you in and we'll wait for you. I mean, I understand why he wanted to, because he worked out a match and Scotty was a performer. Mm-hmm. So he wanted. Yeah,
everybody did.
Everybody did. Everybody did. It's just if you knew Scotty was more colorful about it, more vocal about it. I just think he wasn't thinking fully about the business side and really what needed to be done, which was do the promoted fight. Mm-hmm.
And we were going to do a crazy spot, where we did the flaming table, Mm-hmm. We drew everybody away from the ring into the sand because the damn owner didn't want us to put a flaming table on the grass. And I'm like, bro, it's going to be out in 10 seconds. Like, no. Why y'all? He was just like, why would y'all even do that? Bro, we just jumped off the fucking ceiling last month. And then we just had a ladder match 2 months before that. Of course we want to put some fucking tables on fire, man.
Fire.
So anyway, and
so you took over BBW. There was a ban on fire.
Who, me?
Yeah, before you took over BBW from Scotty, fire was banned in the BBW.
Who banned it?
Well, we kind of the 4 figureheads did. So me,
the figure 4,
the 4 figureheads. So back in the day, we had the 4 figureheads.
Who's that?
Me, Scotty, Brian, and Tommy.
What the fuck was this?
TJF Row, the fucking show. That's for you.
That's for you. Do that again. Hit in your camera. In your camera right here. In your camera.
The real effing show, TJ Row. It's for you, Tommy. Yeah, the 4 figureheads, because we had a fire match. It was a flaming tables match. Mm-hmm. I ended up messing up my knee. A guy we had, Wicked Child. I always fucked up on the mic and called him by his real name, and they got super pissed off at me every time. I think his name was Wicked Child, but his real name was Rolo.
That was his real name?
Well, his real name was Rolo.
They're like,
no, his wrestling name.
They kept getting mad at me because I kept saying his real name, Wicked Child. I'm like, geez, who's named him that?
Well, dude, you got this guy who looks like a 40-year-old child coming out. So I mean, I get the whole.
Is that
Wicked
Rolo, small dude?
Yeah, real small guy about my stature.
Oh, I know where you're about to go with this story. Okay.
Yeah. So we had the Flaming Tables match. They go off of the roof through the match, and Rolo ends up with, I think, like, what, second-degree burns on him all down his leg. After that, no fire. None.
What did y'all throw on the fire, though?
What
did y'all throw down?
I can't even remember, because by time... So it was me and Rolo against Brian and somebody else. Bro. And Brian throws me through this sign. I land all messed up somehow. End up messing up some ligaments in my knee. Had to wear an immobilizer for like 4 months.
Bro, what the hell?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
So I've already been carried inside, right? And before all this goes down. So, I mean, it was horrible ending to the show. And this was the last match of the night, too. And, I mean, we had something like 60 people in this backyard. It was when we were, like, popping. Yeah, in the backyard. Yeah, backyard.
Yeah,
wrestling.
I wasn't part of that too long. Shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, we had some rowdy shows. I mean, the amount of people you can fit in a backyard is amazing.
I remember the garden. I mean, when I came in, it was gardens. You were getting into the gardens.
That was the last time I ever wrestled.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember my first match. I just got back. I was up the road playing basketball at a freaking middle school, and then my mom picks me up. She's like. I was like, where's Michael? She's like, oh, he had a wrestling show. I was like, oh, drop me off.
Hell yeah.
So she drops me off. I literally walk in, go to the left, and I go to the locker room, and everybody's back there. And Scotty's like, hey, you want to wrestle? I'm like,
dude, that's how we got everybody.
I warmed up. I just played 8 to 12 games of basketball. I was like, I'll go out there.
Greatest recruiter in the world is Scotty. Because that's how we got everybody. You want to wrestle?
You want to wrestle?
I'll give you the television title. You want to wrestle? Not naked, but yeah, I'll wrestle with you. It's literally how he got me, dude. I didn't have any friends in high school. He was like, hey, man, you're cool. We're chill. And he's like, you like wrestling? I was like, yeah, dude, I like wrestling. I watch Raw. And he was all like, you want to come over sometime and wrestle? I was all like, what? Threw me back. I was all like, whoa, bro, I don't swing that way. I got a girlfriend right now. I'm good. And he's like, no, you want to come over? Do you want to wrestle? I was all like, well, who do you want me to wrestle? And then he points out fucking none other than damn JP Ruin. He's like, you want to wrestle that guy? And if you think I'm small
this
now.
JP Ruin right here.
Yeah.
Come pick this guy.
We got to find the old picture of me. Because, like, all right, look, I'll give you a hint.
Check him out.
That's all you get. And we're going to put right here, we're going to put JP Ruin's 360-pound ass in high school against my 115-pound ass. And he's like, you want to come wrestle this guy? And so I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it.
You want to come wrestle?
And I did. I went. I wrestled JP Ruin. First match, I win. Yeah. When I won, I was like, dude, this is for me.
Who the fuck's this booker? I want to know this booker right now. Who the fuck is this booker?
The finish was great, too. So my finisher was...
Did he slip over a fucking banana? What happened?
How's he going to slip over something he would have inhaled? What banana's going to get left around JP Ruin? Give me a break. The fucker loves bananas.
It's all him, JP, not me, bro. It's all him.
He loves them. Loves them.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so we finished the match with a suplex diamond cutter.
My face is hurting right now.
But a suplex diamond cutter was our finish.
A suplex diamond cutter.
Yeah.
So he puts you a suplex,
and then I flip out of it, grab him, RKO, which mine RKO was around before Randy Orton was wrestling. It was the Remy knockout. Ask JP, I swear to God. I'm not playing. We sat in Mr. Trollinger's class. And this fucker like drew out the old school graffiti art that everybody would draw out. He drew out the RKO back then before Randy Orton was even in a WWE ring. I'm telling you, there's satellites watching me. They are. Talk to Sean Killian, the first ever Stardust. telling you right now, that was one of my greatest
Sean
promos.
Killian with Stardust.
Yeah, that was the great promo that I cut whenever I was out there, and it was him. They were the Celtic Destroyers.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the best thing about the Celtic Destroyers was the promo I cut for them. Okay. Because I came out, I talked about how Scotty was the real star in BBW. We all knew it. He's shooting through the sky, and then you got Sean Killian stardusting behind him.
Wait, was he shitting behind him?
No, he's just standing there because, he was the stardust to Scotty's star at the time. He was the shit sprinkles that was coming off of the Celtic Destroyer.
He was throwing farts, and now he was behind him, so now he has a Stardust.
Yeah, he was the pixie dust. He was the Stardust, and then lo and behold, a couple of months later, Cody Rhodes comes out in a gold and black costume.
Oh gosh,
Vince McMahon, you're welcome. Stealing my ideas.
Vince McMahon, you're welcome.
Style biting, son of a bitch.
Oh gosh.
God dang.
Have you seen the Cody Rhodes documentary thing yet on Peacock?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. You see that they had it for years, right?
Yeah.
They had the character for years.
Yeah.
But they stole that from Sean Killian.
Sure. They had that lined up. Yeah. Because that was an idea they sat on for years. And we're like, this character's going to be great.
Yeah.
No.
Well, anyway, going back. So Scotty recruited you in the fucking hallway of your high school.
Lunchroom, actually. The cafeteria.
In the cafeteria?
Yeah. Sitting at lunch table.
What, was he eating corn the long way?
Oh, dude, that's the only way he ate it, bro. What you talking about? That dude,
he's going to have to come on the show and defend himself soon.
He is. If he
he's
going to
have to come on the show and defend himself soon, poor guy.
Hey, Scotty, if you're watching, which I know you are because you're a bitch and you're at home doing nothing. If you don't come on this show, I will roast you every episode. I'm calling you out. Goatee to goatee. Ginger to ginger.
I haven't seen him in a while, so, how's he looking? He doing good?
Oh, he's looking old as fuck.
He's looking old as fuck.
His kids are killing him.
Dude, the people that don't even know who this guy is, other than the pictures that I was showing, are probably like, man, we got to bring this guy in. They're talking a lot of shit about him. So
yeah, he's got to come on and defend himself.
It'd be pretty funny. So, dude, I don't remember if it was Robert, who is Tall Rob, or whatever y'all wanted to call him, or
El Pollo Loco.
Pollo Loco. I forgot he was a Pollo Loco.
No.
And the scientist, it was one of them. They brought this kid,
El
bro.
Pollo Loco.
What is it?
El Pollo Loco.
El Pollo Loco.
Can't say it all white. You can't say El Pollo Loco.
Did I say El Pollo?
Yeah, you gotta say El Pollo Loco.
El Pollo. El Pollo Loco.
And then scientist, great guy.
Oh yes, scientists. They brought some kid, man, and he was like, they were like, hey, we want to see if he can wrestle. I'm like, what do you mean you want to see if he can wrestle? They're like, well, yeah, like he's showing up, and I mean, can he wrestle? I'm like, what gives you?
Because that's how it
any
used
idea?
to be done.
I didn't know that. Again, this is we're out. Like I think we had done the Knights of Columbus once or something. What gives you any idea, right? Like, or what gives you any idea that I'm just gonna let just anybody wrestle, bro? Like,
how do you think we got Schoolboy?
Like, what do you mean? And then they're like, and then like, dude, the way they, just like we just looked at each other, we're like,
that's how it was done.
Like, I thought
you remember Schoolboy?
That's how we do it, you know? And like I see them like from a distance do that, and I'm like, what is this, a fucking circus? We just don't let anybody just wrestle here, right?
Yes, you do.
But bro, that my brain wasn't there. I was so into business, and I'm just like, dude, these guys are fucking dumb.
But do you actually remember Schoolboy?
But I understood now. Schoolboy.
He would come out and he would read to the kids.
Oh, yes,
and he was a
yes,
dick
yes,
about it, though.
yes,
like, he was a dickhead to him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you know how he started wrestling for us? Do you know?
No.
This fucker was in the audience one day, dressed nice, and like was cheering on Scotty. So Scotty, of course, he'd go to his fan base.
Oh my god!
And they got to fucking talking after the show, bro. And 7 days later, at the next house show, this fucking nobody, who we thought was nobody, is fucking wrestling.
Wow.
Shit you not. That's how he got to wrestle. He cheered on Scotty and was all like, I want to get in there. Let me do something. I'm pretty sure he got to suplex Scotty in that match. That night, that was his first tryout, was at the show he came to watch.
Oh, God.
And he started to wrestle. That's how we got anybody and anybody who was willing to be on the card and wrestle and have a match. Good to go.
When I changed that, I know I got a lot of shit from the guys, and I know that's when like a lot of the guys started falling off because they're like, "What? You're bringing in the guy from where?" And I thought that was, I thought that was a thing that you just did, and learning the business.
So what put them
people off, man?
Yeah. So what put a lot of the older guys off about it was because at that point in time, for us at least, AOL was starting to become a thing. Dial-up internet. So chat rooms.
I was like, "Who's this wrestling?"
Old school chat rooms. And believe it or not, there was a point in time where everywhere you were finding backyard wrestling groups. I mean, there was hundreds of them in the same town. So you would find multiple guys doing this, who just, you're with your friends, and that's who you wrestled with. So that was your group. That was your organization. So for a lot of the older guys, we went through a period where we did a lot of shit talking, where we actually drove far into San Antonio, other side of San Antonio a couple of times to go crash.
What was it? XWA?
We did XWA. There was a San Antonio-based wrestling guys that we went and we crashed their show. We had shows where they came and did it to us. There was a couple times where they came and did it to us, and we knew they were going to be there because, the shit talking led to like, well, hey, would you guys want to come and kind of like do a spot thing? And we did that one time, and that's how we got a couple of wrestlers to like come wrestle with us. But the majority of the guys, nobody really kind of, wanted to fuck with.
So what would you say? Why were they upset about it?
They had the same mentality of like the guys you're bringing in. Oh, they wrestle for another organization. So they're against
so
us.
They thought it was like you stay with your organization.
Yeah, WCW, WWE type thing.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you're bringing in outsiders from another organization to where they're like.
I never saw it that way.
Yeah, they just did just because that little time period we had, and then. I hate to say it and not talking shit on you guys, but a lot of guys just didn't want to move along with the program.
No, they didn't want to. They didn't want to work out. They didn't want to work on their character. They didn't want to.
No, they didn't want to improve their gear, their game, their moves. They wanted to keep doing the same type of matches, facing the same guys.
That was the shit that we were getting a lot of from other companies. Was like, man, y'all are doing these shows. Y'all want to be professional. You want people to come pay, but then you want to wear fucking basketball shorts. And a part of. When we started getting really deep in there for a little bit to jump ahead, like people were giving me shit because I was wearing basketball shoes. I said, no. That's different. And well, why is it different with you? Because you're the owner? I said, no, because it's part of my character and who I am. A lot of these fans that are out here, my basketball kids, and they see that I'm wearing basketball shoes while I'm wrestling and I coach. It's just like it's in my character.
Or that and they go back and they look anything on you. Anytime you're in the ring and you're performing, you're in your basketball shoes.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not going to find a couple of videos out there of you in wrestling shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not. Your gear, part of your gear was your basketball shoes.
I think I only had like 2 or 3 matches where I actually wore like boots or whatever the fuck. Like I always just liked shoes. And then next thing you know, I started seeing, I think, it might have been CM Punk or Chris Jericho, maybe even Kofi Kingston, one of those 3. They would have those kick pads that went over their shoes. And that's what I was like, that fool's wearing Jordans while he's wrestling. Like, okay, now maybe it isn't as bad anymore.
No, you think about it. John Cena during his Thugonomics.
Yeah.
Dude, he was wearing the pumps.
Reeboks. Yeah, the Reebok
Reeboks
pumps.
with the pumps, bro.
As a matter of fact, I still wear Reebok pumps for basketball.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only reason why I make it.
Got to pump it up, bro. Got to pump it up.
Yeah, but I think when we made that change of bringing in different characters, it was a big change for us.
Yeah.
And a lot of the guys that were local, they fell off, and I think they got scared in a way, or
intimidated.
I have no idea. Intimidated. It can be multiple things, but
I also think it got a little too professional for some of them.
Yeah.
And again, no disrespect. I just think it got to a level where they knew they weren't going to be able to compete with these guys. They weren't going to have the type of matches. They weren't as invested. They weren't. It went from being something we did for fun on the weekends to, okay, like, this is going to generate money. This is getting real. This is professional. We need to craft it. We need to hone it. And you're bringing in guys that's what they do. They train this. They go and spend extra time on this.
Yeah.
And then the older guys were just the guys who showed up and what they were wearing that day and what they wanted to do that day. That was it.
Yeah, that was tough, man, because a lot of those guys were talented. And if you're listening to this and you were one of those guys, y'all had every opportunity just like everybody else did. And y'all almost had a better opportunity than those guys, because if the locals were the ones that were going to draw us the money, and in a way, until we got to where we started bringing in a Jinder Mahal, Keith Lee, and things like that. I'm not
going to name any names, but I do sometimes feel animosity towards some of the older guys because they had me on the mic. It was their perfect opportunity. Reinvent your character. Bring back your old character. Improve them. Move on them. Do something. But show up and do something instead of sitting on the sidelines, griping, bitching, and complaining about it. Yeah. I was going to push any original out there. You saw me on the microphone. You put JP out there. Oh, dude, I pushed the hell out of him. You put Scotty out there. I pushed those promos like crazy.
Yeah. And I really felt like everybody, again, had the same... Dude, I gave everybody...
100%. They had
everybody opportunity to make their own merch, sell their own merch, get their own money off of it. A lot of the guys that came in, and they were like, well, what are we doing today? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. Like, I'm giving you the opportunity to understand, look...
Create your storyline.
What can we create your storyline? What can we do here? And, it was just so... you didn't do that. Like the promoter creates everything. Well,
where's our storyline?
That's great,
what's
but
our writer?
Y'all understand why you have the ability to do that. I'm putting the ring up. I'm writing the show. I'm making sure the door is good. I'm sometimes concession. I'm making sure people get into their seats.
Making sure Remy's not cussing.
Making sure the guys in the back are ready to go. Like all of this shit, and then I still gotta, I still gotta wrestle.
So you had a checklist for me. Remy's not cussing. Remy's got his big blue. Remy's table is set up. Remy's not pissing off the wrestlers in the back.
Remy's got his tampons. Make sure everything was there for him. He got his VIP service.
Oh man, I was good at pissing those guys off too, man. Some of
those guys, they didn't think he was in character. They wanted to whoop his ass sometimes, But I loved it because. Eventually, those guys would come up to me and be like, bro, are you serious right now? We're entertaining, and you're getting mad about what he's saying. Yeah. And then they'd be like,
you're getting a crowd reaction because of what I'm doing.
Yeah, because of what you're doing. Yeah.
Like at one point in time, me and you talked about this, where it wasn't really an argument. It was a discussion we had about the necessity of commentary at a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And on my end, I felt I proved my point in some of those quiet shows where you can watch and you can see the lack of our participation from the audience.
Yeah.
When I'm on that microphone, I'm directing their attention because I'm so loud. I'm engaging. I would call you out.
They would boo.
Yeah. I would get booed. I went to that LWA show, the Laredo Wrestling Allegiance or whatever, with chicken
Alliance,
fingers.
Yeah,
Alliance with chicken fingers. And I came out. It was a completely different show than BBW. Completely different show. Okay, so I come out.
Not speak English.
Yeah, for one. Okay, but I come out. So I come out because Chicken Fingers introduces me because he's commentated there before. Well, he's introducing me as his co-commentator the one time he gets to do that. I'm his co-commentator. I let him have it. So he introduces me, and I come out to my song, which I'm a commentator who's got a song. I have to because I'm Remy. Come out to my song and everybody's cheering, and for like 2.2 seconds they threw me off my game. Completely threw me off my game.
How did they do that?
They were cheering me.
Because they cheered you.
Yeah, and I don't mean like a few claps. Like the LWA, to them, they packed their house. There was 100 people at this show.
Oh yeah, they packed their houses.
And I mean, when I say they cheered, like everybody clapping, screaming, woo, yeah. So for like 2.2 seconds, I was all like, I don't get fucking cheered. I don't like you. Shut the fuck up. Did y'all not do your fucking homework on who was coming? That's what's going through my head.
I was going to say, like, how did they know you? Some of the guys when they came here?
They didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
They didn't. The fans didn't know me. The other wrestlers didn't know me. The only person there who knew me and vouched for me was Chicken Fingers. And he told everybody before the show, like, he's coming. Dude's great. You're going to love the way he works. The wrestlers were really cool with me. Each of them gave me a little bit of backstory information so I could write some things down so I could, have some talking points during their match so I wasn't just sitting there just bored. But so I do all that. Come out, fans cheer me like crazy for like 2.2 seconds before it hits me, and I'm just like, oh, no, fuck this. Fuck this.
I'm gonna turn this shit around real quick.
I'm gonna flip the fucking script real quick. And I just start yelling at him to shut up.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I yell,
No,
Kayate!
shut up!
Kayate if you don't understand me. Kayate! And I mean, dude, boom.
Got him.
Booze. I'm getting cussed at. I'm getting empty cups thrown at me. I got this old fucking 80-year-old dude with a cane hanging across the guardrail just, Ducky! Ducky, motherfucker! Pendejo! Just flicking me off, and I'm flicking him off back. And he's picking up his fucking cane.
He's ready to hit your ass.
Oh, yeah, he's picking up his cane. He's ready to fucking hit me, dude. Like, he was going to hit me if I would have got close enough. And the rest of the show, dude, I had this crowd literally just eating out of my hand. Eating out of my hand. If I wanted them to boo, they booed. If I wanted them to cheer, they cheered. But I had the audience control. After the show was over, every wrestler that performed shook my hand in the back and thanked me. And they're like, dude, you helped me tell my story.
That's awesome.
Without me having to say anything.
Yeah. And did I take it away for a show or two? What happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you did one show for sure, no commentating.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Oh, you did two, because you thought the first one, you thought you had a good reaction.
Okay.
Like you thought you didn't need the commentating. You thought it was an extra. And that's where we disagreed, because you need somebody at some point in time, because not every match, no offense.
So, especially with some of the guys we had wrestling.
Some of the guys we had wrestling. Not every match was going to be a banger. Yeah. You know, some were going to falter, and the ones that faltered, you need someone to direct the crowd's attention, or for the crowd to have somebody to respond to. And I was that guy.
Yeah, man, you did great. I mean, could you feel like you could do that today?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like nothing.
Like nothing. Like nothing.
We're getting closer, people. We're getting closer.
If I knew the wrestlers and you gave me a microphone, and I do prefer a co-commentator. I'd like to have somebody to bounce off.
It might have to be me, because I don't know if I'll be wrestling again.
Hey, I didn't mind commentating with you. I can school you and pull you along.
School me and pull it.
Yeah, you're there for whenever I need to go get a drink or something.
You son of a bitch.
Commercials, you know, you can feed in the commercials. You're great at feeding in the commercials.
We're going to commercial now.
There you go. And back on me.
It's like, all right, we're back now. All right, here we go.
I can totally call him that. So, oh, yeah.
Man. Well, I think if you go back and you tell me my thinking back then today, it's definitely changed. And I would have done a lot of different things. And
stayed away from kid-friendly shows.
Yeah, just things like that. So, like I said, people, we're going to talk about different things on the show and bring back some old school memories like we just did right now. And it just maybe remind some of our older fans that have been watching this and kind of educate the new fans of what we've been through. And it's been fun. So, we got, what's up?
Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Shout out, leave a comment to us, shout us out. We'll shout you back on the next episode.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Check us out on YouTube. Shout out to Social Plug Media for letting us come into the studio and do our thing here. And as you can tell here, boom, Greenleaf. We're in the Greenleaf studio, so shout out to them as well. And, guys, we'll be back with another episode soon. We got Backlash coming up. We're going to be talking some AEW soon as well, next episode for sure, because we got All Out coming out. And I'm getting more word on whether we're going to have a watch party for that as well. So, excuse me, man. Those dang tacos, bro, they getting me today.
Street tacos.
Yeah, they are. So, Taquitos Jalisco right next to where you're at, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, go check them out. But anyway, so we'll be on the show next week. Brought to you another great show here. This guy, Remy, keep him on the show. He's my co-host now. He ain't going nowhere.
Y'all are stuck with me. You don't know how fucked you are.
That's right. Hopefully the next episode we can bring another guest too. Maybe Scotty. What do you think?
Maybe Scotty. Hey, let's petition for Scotty. Come on. Hey, everybody who's watching this, do me a favor. Scotty Childers or Cash Childers. I think it's Cash Childers.
Oh, don't blow his ass up.
Yes, blow him up. Blow him up. I'm doing it. I told him I was going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. I'm going to do it. Cash Childers on Facebook. Look him up. Search him up. If you don't have money friends list, find him. Tell him he needs to watch this, comment this, come to get at Remy, get his ass on the show, defend himself. If not, take this real old school.
And with that, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Dude.
All right, we'll see y'all later, guys. Y'all have a good one.